Okay guys, here's a little kitchen I just finishing up. You can see plugs behind the counter. They're still gonna put the tile. They still gotta put tile, backsplash, and countertops in. But here's my plug. Use the adjustable boxes for the depth on all of these. You can see the little screw terminal to move them in and out. And that'll help so they can just set those flush with the tile when they're done. I don't have to worry about the thickness of the tile or anything like that. And then they can put, there's a switch I old worked in. Right, so here's USB plugs on this counter. So they can plug in phone chargers and stuff like you see is done. 3-way switches, phone. And then we have under cabinet lights up under here. And I'll show you a better look of those here in a second when I shut them off. We turn off the switch, when the cabinet lights go off, and I'll show you. So there they go. I get these from Solid Apollo LEDs. They're flexible. They're 120 volt, driverless. You get different colors. These are super bright. But there's the cord. There's a little DC rectifier so that the lights don't flash. And then what I do is up in the cabinet here, I have a box. I run my feed into there and I pull the cord into there and I splice them up there. So you can see, like under here, we have lights. And we just have a box in the back of the cabinet. Hood plug. It's going to be a surface mount, exposed. It'll have the ductwork going up. So we put the the plug right there for the hood, recessed so we can get it won't be affected by the ductwork. We have 2 switches, one for the garbage disposal, one for the under cabinet lights, and then another plug. We're kind of limited with the window here as to what we could really do. And then we have our refrigerator. So what we did, I'll show you for the dishwasher, and because the dishwasher wasn't next to the sink cabinet, so that became kind of an issue. So here's our garbage disposal plug that operates off the switch, and once they have the garbage disposal, they can put a cord on it, and that'll be that. Here's the plug back there for the dishwasher. I got a flat type of plug and ran it into the cabinet. These are, and then here's your dishwasher. So the ones underneath the cabinet are GFI and arc fault protected at the breaker, so you don't have to get under there. The countertop plugs are GFI and arc fault protected at the breaker, as is the hood. The refrigerator is just arc fault protected because it is GFI and arc fault protected because it's close enough to the sink to be an issue. These dining room plugs are arc fault protected. These countertop plugs are arc fault and GFI protected. And that's what you got to do nowadays. So there is no microwave in this kitchen. They don't want one. They don't use them. So that's where we're at with that. And again, like over in this cabinet, we have our box and our thing. And then you can see underneath here, one piece wrap around. You take out a little notch under the cabinet, and they give you a good light underneath the countertop, on the countertops there underneath the cabinets, and people like them. So they're not too expensive. They start off at like $40 for a short one, and then you add incrementally by the foot, and it gives you you get the price on there. So that's how we do that. And then we have over here, we got our dining room plugs, called dining area. We have um, air conditioning plug for a window air conditioner, and then another plug next to that. So that's what it looks like in here. So this is a little kitchen job. Just thought I'd show you. You know, even the the cabinet, the plugs in the cabinet, if I put them in first, like I did with the dishwasher plug, I put them in the adjustable box. Now that box is pulled up right flush with the back of the cabinet. Don't have to worry about shimming out the plug or the hole being too big, or, you know, the plate fits fine. Perfect. This is an electric stove right here. There's a 4-wire stove plug back there, cord and plug. So that's that. And that's pretty much the kitchen. Not too big, not too bad. We reconfigured. This used to be a 2-gang. It actually was a 3-gang. We changed the single pole switch to a 3-way and went over here to this archway, and have a 3-way here for the dining area and a 3-way for over to the hallway for the kitchen lights. So we can turn them both off from here. We can turn them both on from here in case they don't want a lot of light. So I'm getting ready to wrap this one up. I left the plates for the contractor, so when they put the backsplashes up, easy enough just to put the plates on. And I'll show you, I changed the panel downstairs, so we can go down there right now. So they had a smaller panel, and then they had a generator switch panel off to the side of it. So what I did was I combined everything into one panel. They had the dryer fed off of the range plug and all kinds of wacky stuff. So I pulled all that out. We ran a new dryer cord, new plug, all new kitchen circuits, obviously. New bathroom circuit while we were in that wall. I'll show you. You know, here's in the panel. We have our combinations. We have our arc faults here. We got a new, you know, here's our generator bypass. So you have to shut off the main breaker to slide this up to turn on the generator. Feed in. So you're disconnected from the street. Here's our panel directory. So what I do is I buy like 8.5 by 11 shipping labels at like Staples, and they're under $1 a sheet really when you buy a package of 50 or 100. I think they're like 50 cents a sheet. So take that. I use an Excel program, Excel template, and I fill out my directories. I could do it on the job because I have a mobile printer. You can see I'm losing a little ink here, so I got to get new ink for that. But this label template's for 40. This is a 30 circuit panel, so I just end it and cross it out, and I can have all my nice legible things put in here. So that's the panel directory. This is the panel. Here's our GFI. I mean, this is not a big house, but a lot of circuits in it. So that's our, that's what we look like. I did the backboard at my shop. I painted it. I brought it out already painted both sides, and I was able to just put it up on the old backboard and supports, and put the panel up. And we just used the existing feeder and stuff, and because it was already a 100 amp service, so we just put a 100 amp panel in with 30 circuits. And in the basement, here's, instead of running on the center beam there, we drilled everything out, stapled over to where we needed it, and went that way. So everything's a lot nicer and neater now than it was. So that's how we did this job. I mean, you can see from some of the existing stuff that I got to dress up a little bit. It wasn't the best looking. You just imagine what the panel looked like. So that's it for this one. I'm out of here. Thanks a lot. You know, you guys. So, you know, I sold them on the panel. because it was a disaster. It wasn't going to be enough room. We needed to put new arc fault combination breakers in. I like the square D panels with the clamp on neutrals now. So I buy those, the push-in neutrals. So if you're going to buy push-in neutrals, you're going to look for like PAFCI, PGFCI, or PDF for push-in dual function. And that's your arc fault GFI combination plus circuit breaker operation. So those are what I use. Like $50 a breaker, $45, $50 a breaker. But that's code nowadays. This town really pushes that. When I went in the office to get the permit, right on the wall, arc faults basically everywhere. In Connecticut, the last code cycle, they rewrote that section of the code, so it just included bedrooms. This town went back and uses the actual NEC code from that last cycle. And Connecticut now, I believe, is going to that when we adopt the new code, the 2017. So that's where we are. I've been doing it for a while now. Anyway, just because we do apartments and things where people are going to live, and it's just easier to do it now, and then when they inspect it, we won't have any issues. So that's that, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you by then, and just, carry on with what we're doing. Thanks. Bye.